Hi, this is Deshelle Castro, and today I am going to discuss my problem of practice. And I'm coming to you from my classroom, which I thought was appropriate because this is where I came up with, through much discernment, which problem of practice I would like to tackle. And I felt I'm still a little nervous about my problem of practice because I tried to push myself past the regular management skills and things that I feel, yes, I can work on those, but I really wanted to think about something that maybe a little outside of the box, but something that students would just really benefit students, and a struggle that I have seen interfering with their learning. And one thing that I noticed was many of my students were always looking to me for every answers and explicit directions, and really struggled when they'd go to tackle a problem and their solution didn't work right away. They just didn't have a lot of stamina. So rather than work on some of the management skills that I had originally thought of, I decided to work more on problem-solving skills. So throughout this video, I will discuss my problem of practice. I'll just discuss it casually, but I will read my problem statement just so that you get a good feel for the areas that I'm going to talk about today. So my problem statement is, my current students will graduate into a global and competitive workplace. Innovation and technology is moving our society exponentially forward, and now more than ever, we need to prepare our graduates to courageously tackle problems in ways that have not been tried before. We do our students a great disservice when we narrow their learning to rote skills requiring them to simply check boxes. The graduate of tomorrow must be able to learn from mistakes and have the perseverance to redesign solutions that failed. Furthermore, young people face academic and basic life problems every day. They must be armed with the stamina to face these commonplace problems. My problem of practice is to implement strategies into the classroom that would build student stamina and confidence to seek more and problem solve. Sorry, I didn't read that very eloquently, but you get the idea. I started collecting data, and through analyzing my data, I came up with 3 solutions, or 3 things that overall there are many ways to implement problem solving, but I wanted to focus on just 3. And when I got better at these, I think the idea was to maybe focus on another strategy. But through all of the research that I did, I came up with 3 things that I thought I could do quickly and easily, and it's something that's obtainable for me, and I thought it would probably build my confidence as well, to tackle this in meaningful ways, and to continue on this journey to tackle this problem of practice. The first idea is quick problem solving probes. So this is based on the idea and the research that students need many opportunities to solve their problems. They're not just big ideas or PBLs, problem-based learning projects, where there's a ton of planning and which these are great, wonderful opportunities. I'm not saying that they're not, but this is a way to give students those opportunities to practice these strategies in your daily routine. So problem solving becomes more of their routine, something that they're doing all the time. and that they're aware of because the teacher's assigning it. However, one thing that students, especially younger students that I teach, don't understand is they're going through this process all the time. And it's hard for them to make this connection between here's this problem that I have, and here are these strategies that my teacher's giving me, but how do they fit in this problem where I can't figure out how to open my locker today? You know, little problems. So providing those intentional and boundaried, quick opportunities, and just putting that into your daily routine. Another idea that came out of my research was open-ended questions and tasks all the time. So this is a little different than just the quick probes and providing them with problems. These are more of questions, right? No wrong answer questions. And this is something that teachers have been doing for a long time. And my first degree was in early childhood education. And this is something as a preschool educator that I did quite often. And that gets students thinking about things in ways that don't always have the same outcome. There are multiple pathways to an answer, and some answers may be different, and it doesn't necessarily mean one's right and one's wrong. So just exposing them to more opportunities to think critically. And then my third idea that I implemented and put on my prototype was to implement a makerspace. Now, we created one over the summer as a building. It's not getting used as often, and I have only been in there once to gather materials for a project. I find it hard to schedule time in there. Right now we have an artist in residence who's using our space, and I'm trying. It's a goal that I have because I know, and especially based on my research, that providing students with opportunities to create models and solutions to problems and get their hands in there and use tools is such a big part of teaching problem solving. So I want to challenge myself to get in there more, but I also wanted to bring that into my classroom so that we don't, maybe we can't schedule out the makerspace, or maybe the tools aren't available, but we could check certain tools out, bring them into the classroom. But also I wanted to kind of create a mini makerspace in my own classroom and get kids thinking and learning. And, so often when I have students who are fast finishers, they finish their work and then a common thing to do is to have them read their book. Well, I wanted to go beyond reading a book. I wanted to create stations and spaces for them to go after the independent work is done. Maybe they could collaborate with a friend in a station to build on a skill they were just learning. So anyways, quickly, I know this is getting long. I want to just share a couple things that I've been trying in my classroom. I'm going to move the camera a bit for this, but I transformed this cart, and I'll share it with you here. This is just a cart that I got at IKEA, and I was storing various supplies in this cart, but it rolls, and the idea is that it can roll from desk to desk, and I put these cool little labels on it. It's a Tinker Station, and so right now I just have glue, and I put some Legos down here. And I put a message out to parents to bring or to send in small recyclable items. I did have a bunch of tongue depressors in here, and the students, and popsicle sticks, and the students were creating with those. But the idea is, if you're finished with your work, just pull the Tinker Station on over and start creating. And so that, even though, or they can create from a problem that they solve. But I thought that would give them practice using tools and being creative, so that they were more trusting and building that stamina to be creative and critically think. Also, this perplexers are great. I ordered this recently, and I have been giving students quick perplexers each day. This is put out by Mindware, and I got this on Amazon. It just has different probes and problems for students to solve. And then Mindstorm. This is a creation. I had some students finish their math early, and I had them just go and change any of the Mindstorm lessons and make it their own. And I did not give them any instructions, and they had to figure out, first of all, how do I find the instructions? So that was really fun, and they did a great job. And then another good book that I just found that I've been trying to work with is Good Questions for Math Teachers. This is by Peter Sullivan and Pat Lilburn. That up there. Just some quick, easy ways to bring problem-solving skills into the classroom. All right, so I'm clearly over my time. Thank you for listening, and happy problem solving.